Ladies and gentlemen, today I have a very special guest with me. Just came out of retirement, the face of freelance wrestling, Pat Monix. Pat, how are you?
Hello.
So, just came out of retirement recently. How you feeling?
Ah, um, I feel ascended.
Okay. Okay. Was there any part of you that was worried about coming out of retirement?
No.
All right. Let's say you can choose a couple matches right now coming out of retirement. You're looking at some people. Who are you looking at?
On the indie scene,
Yeah, on the indie scene.
honestly, I'd say no one particular. When I look at the indie scene, um, I just feel I don't really even belong here. Now, like pro wrestling as a whole, sure, maybe there's a few people who are on my level of athleticism, talent. You know, I just look at the indies and there's nothing that I feel I could really sink my teeth into right now. So I'm holding off on taking any bookings at all.
Would you say that you're like say professional league level now, like AEW, WWE, Impact?
What?
Would you say that you're ready to go to AEW, WWE, Impact?
Yeah, I've been ready for that. I mean, I can watch those shows and watch the pay-per-views and watch the matches and you know, it, there's zero fear about being at that level. I think everyone knows that who's seen me wrestle. The the issue probably is not being correctly affiliated. So when it comes to that world, it is what it is, and if that ever happens, it happens. But I exist in this world. I exist in reality, and the reality is, I just did something that no one in pro wrestling has been able to do in quite a while, um, and that's do something special. At freelance wrestling, freelance underground, like you said, I am the face of freelance. I am the freelance undisputed champion. So I'll look at the scene and I'll, review the talent that's available and decide who I want to have my first title defense against. For the freelance undisputed championship, there's been some releases lately, so maybe some of those names will jump out at me. I don't know. I mean, I was excited to wrestle Kylie Ray. She's on my level. Um, yeah, it's kind of where I'm at with viewing the landscape of things.
Would you say freelance is the place to be at then?
No, yeah, no, definitely not. Freelance, I would kind of categorize it as like friendship championship wrestling. It's a lot of fun. They're all there to hang out, and it's a party. The fans are the wrestlers are the fans. There's not much of a difference there. It's all very intermingled, and that's why leading to the final phase, I wasn't able to talk to anyone about what I'm going to do because I'm a professional. And that's why I was able to do something special and no one else is able to do something special. Um, that's why I chose to wrestle Kylie Ray because she's a professional. Um, but she's a diamond in the rough there, that's for sure.
Yeah, and with choosing Kyle to be your last match and everything, and moving on from here, do we see you and Kylie down the road?
Yeah, I'll be ready. If she wants to do that at any point, that match, that's for her when she wants to do that match. If she wants to do that match, um, you know, looking at freelance wrestling, I don't even know if I'm going to take another booking there. That's kind of like I got a lot of messages coming in from different companies, um, different states, different countries. Those are feeling a lot more appealing right now, like catching some flights and going out in front of some new markets. I as far as not wrestling events, we're talking about interviews. I did this interview, out of a bit of empathy because you interviewed me back when not many people wanted to. But now that everyone wants to interview me, like I've had 2 interviews in the last however many weeks with Pro Wrestling Illustrated. So, I don't know if you've read that, but I would check it out because that's a real, publication. So that's kind of where my mindset is with wrestling in terms of interviews as well as companies. Like, freelance, we'll see.
Okay. Okay. And if it's not freelance, with all these other companies that are reaching out to you, who is it then? With that being said, are there any other belts you want to go after right now?
No, my belt's special because no one else would have been able to get it. No one else would have been able to pull that off. It's got, I don't know if I should say a history to it, but it's got something, it has a deeper meaning, and it has nothing to do with the people that have held it. The wrestlers that held it before me were quite frankly dog shit. They were not able to do anything close to what I've been able to do with holding the belt for one night and not even defending it yet. So, you know, when I look at other championships, that's not where my head is at. It's letting someone at my level come and challenge for this championship that I have. I'd be holding it right now, but I'm not a mark. So I'll bring it out if I decide to do another match. I'll bring it with me because the belt will be on the line. Um, but yeah, that's the only belt I need. That's the validation because I decided what it is and what it means. No one else. I'm done playing this game where I'm some promoter's action figure where they get to play their little fantasies of running a pro wrestling company and telling people what to do and how to do it. That is not the case anymore. I'm not taking a booking unless it's what I want to do. I'm not telling a story unless it's what I want to do. I'm not having a match unless it's what I want to do versus who I want to wrestle.
And
Clear?
yeah, no, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. It's more of what, your terms now.
Yeah.
Yeah. And with that being your terms, it comes with what you want to do. And with that being said, I mean, what is there to do for Pat Monix right now? Man of many words, man of many words. So, Pat, with everything that's happened within the last, say, 2 months or so, with all the releases, AEW taking off, Brian Danielson, Adam Cole, Christian Cage, where do you see your moment ranking with everything going on with AEW in the pro wrestling world?
I don't watch AEW. I don't watch WWE. You know, I'm not going to pretend that those companies don't have phenomenal performers that are on my level, um, because there are people in those companies that if you put me in the ring with, you would see something very, very special.
Mhm.
I hear names like Brian Danielson, um, that jumps at me. Um, you look on the other end, you got guys like Roman Reigns that jumps at me. So I would love to wrestle Brian Danielson or Roman Reigns. Um, I would love to wrestle CM Punk or John Cena. I would love to wrestle Adam Cole or Seth Rollins. Um, so until those kind of things are going to happen, I don't I don't know like if I'm gonna I don't know if I'm gonna really jump at anything that's on the table. I do have messages in my phone right now from people from those companies. And I'm not going to say who, but people who are involved with those companies. Now, does that mean there's an offer? No. Does that mean they know who I am? Yes. So we'll see.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, and almost seems like with everything that's moving on right now, with everything with the final phase and retirement, and then you come out of retirement, seems like your momentum's just taken off. What's so different now after retirement than it was before retirement?
You know, that's actually the first good question you've had. Justin,
Jordan.
Jordan, Jordan. The big difference is for 6, 7 years, I played by the rules. I did everything right. I was an elite level wrestler who stayed in elite level shape and had an elite level work ethic. Unfortunately, in professional wrestling, that's not how it works. You know, you play by the rules, you do everything right, it doesn't matter. You're really good, it doesn't matter. If you're not affiliated, if you don't have the right people in your corner, it doesn't matter. Now, I look at this new run, if you want to call it that, this return, this stepping out of retirement, if you want to use that word. I think the difference is I'm not playing the game, I'm playing my game. And I'm not going to sit here and do some hokey Triple H quote right here on that, but it is a big game. It's a big game, and I figured it out. If you look at it like a chessboard, I'm now playing the game. I am the one behind the moving pieces, whereas before I was one of the moving pieces. So I'm at a point mentally where I feel I'm a mastermind. If you read the PWI article, if you read the PWI magazine, you would see I talked a little bit about this. Mentally, I'm at a point where I'm a mastermind. Physically, I'm at a point where I'm going to have the best match on whatever show I'm on. Emotionally, I'm at a point where wrestling can't touch me. And spiritually, like I said to you earlier, Jordan, I'm ascended.
And with all that being said, we've seen on social media, you interacting with fans a different way now. And it's not no longer everybody makes it. It's just I make it. And why the sudden change? Why the anger all of a sudden? Where does all this come from?
I'm not angry. No, yeah. I'm having fun.
And this is your way of having fun, is with, John with the fans back and forth a little bit, kind of just telling them how it is. Nice, nice. Well, with that being said, is there anything that you want your fans to know?
No.
No?
Um, Jordan, I'm honestly I'm pretty checked out. So I'm just gonna press this leave button right here and sayonara.
Well, with that being said, it was a great interview with Pat Monix, as you can see. Had a blast, guys. A dude of many words, and cannot thank him enough for coming on.